100 Flowers has the worst programmers ever. I did this live stream already, but because I'm an idiot, I didn't have the microphone plugged in, so no one could hear a word that I'm saying because of all the wind and all this kind of stuff going on. But anyway, so now I got to go tell my story again about 100 programs. All I wanted to do was order some flowers and some chocolates, right? I went on my phone, went to the website, and the experience that I had, in summary, was basically they didn't want my money. They didn't want my money. It was like 90 something dollars, and they did not want my money at all. At least the website didn't seem to want my money anyway. So I went online, I went on the website, I picked out the flowers that I wanted. I said, let me get a gift as well. Picked out some chocolates. And then I go to the section where it says delivery, address, and information. So I go and I start entering the name. I say super model, Mrs. Model, and then I go ahead and put in the delivery address. And then I click on continue, and I get this new screen that has the fields for delivery address and name. I just entered that. I literally just entered the delivery address and name. Why are you sending me to a screen so I can enter the delivery address and name? Who built this website? Anyway, I'm thinking, man, maybe it somehow lost my information. So I go back. What do you know? There it is, Mrs. Model, super model, address, everything, right? And I say, okay, you still have my information, so I don't have to enter it again. That's great, because I don't really have time to go through this again. Or do I? So I go ahead and I click on continue again, and I'm sure you are not going to be surprised at what the results were. So I clicked on continue. I got the same screen again, asking me for the delivery name and address. Yeah. So at this point, I'm thinking, all right, so they're not losing my data. It still has the information in there. But for some reason, I'm stuck in this loop going backwards and forward. So let's try and see if we can digitally kick this thing, sort of get it to act right. So I go ahead and I do a refresh. I know the risk of doing a refresh where you really lose everything. But I said, what are the options? What I'm doing right now is not working. I got to do something else. Right? So I click on refresh, and I think it takes me to that new screen again. But then I go back because I'm thinking, all right, now I really lost everything. And I go back and it's still there. I never lose the information. It's still there. It just won't allow me to continue so I can enter my information and credit card and all that good stuff. So I'm sitting here. I go back and forth a couple times, and then I'm saying, what else can I do? I see on the screen it says for easier checkout, log in. So there's an option for Facebook. Facebook sucks. And Google, whatever. So I try Google, and I log in. And I'm thinking I'm going to lose everything for sure, because are they going to be able to smartly connect what I've placed in my basket with this new login, right? So now I was doing it sort of as a guess. Now I want to log in. Are you going to be able to connect the two and then put my basket? You know, it really is not that complicated, but you know, wouldn't be the first time something that's not really or shouldn't be complicated that somehow ends up being complicated to where it doesn't work. So I'm not thinking very positively at this point. And I think the main page, I see nothing. I go back, there's my basket, there's the person's name and everything, supermodel. So logged in, it's still there, it's holding on to my order, but I can't continue. What is going on? So now I say, all right, let me get really creative now. It's something with the mobile app. Surely the app or the website itself, you know, on a desktop will work, right? So, and you know, I've logged in with Google. I see my information there. So somehow they must have it connected at this point. So if I go on the desktop, which probably works better, it'll recognize my my information, the order information, and I can just check out. And the checkout will work on a desktop because it's a mobile thing, right? That's what I'm thinking. So I get on the desktop, I log in on the website, I look for the cart, whatever. Nothing. No evidence at all whatsoever that I've ordered anything. I go on the phone, the order's there, can't continue. Go on a desktop, I'm logged in, there is no order, there's no delivery address, there's no nothing. It's all a figment of your imagination. So I'm like, what do I do? I need another way to sort of do that digital kick. How can I sort of shove this thing to where it actually functions as it should, right? Tunnel vision. Anyway, so I come up with this genius idea. I say, I need to sort of shake up this order in some way. I need to make this website sort of reprocess or whatever. That's the professional term, whatever. So I go ahead and I say, what if I remove something from the order, change the order, so it forces it to sort of reprocess something, right? So I go and I remove the chocolates, and I see the new order now minus chocolates, and I say, okay, let me try to continue. And wow, what do you know? It actually allows me to continue. So now I'm at the screen where I can enter my information, credit card. So I got to go through all this just to buy some flowers, some super expensive flowers, but it's just some flowers. Should have been a simple process, but it wasn't. So I removed the chocolates, and now I can continue. It's credit card, prompt, whatever. So mission complete. I have solved the issue, but I want my chocolates though. So I'm looking to see how can I add the chocolates back to the order. And I go to the card and back and forth, and everywhere where I'm seeing the order, there is no add to order. There's no, it's almost like they don't want my money, right? I mean, I'm just trying to do a simple thing like order some flowers. I got to go through all these circles, and it's like they allow me to browse, choose what I want, choose where it's going, but they won't take my money. I go forward to where I can enter the information so I can pay them, and they're like, no, we don't want your money, man. We don't want your money. Okay. So after all this bouncing around, I reduce the size of the order. So I say, okay, you guys don't want $90+. Let me cut the order in half. Will you take less money, right? Because clearly you don't want my money. So will you take less money? And surely enough, it appears that they will, because now the website's working, right? But surely I'm being facetious. Clearly they want the money. It's just it's a website issue, right? So I can add the thing back, but there was no way to add to the cart. It's like they were like, we don't want your money. Okay, you're gonna pay us less. Okay, we can deal with that. No, but I want to pay more stuff. No, we don't want the extra money. If you're gonna go back on this tangent of you want to give us this $90+, we're not gonna work again. So it's like I couldn't add anything. So I said, at this point, I spent all this time just trying to order some basic flowers. I took out the chocolates just to get this thing to work. Now you want me to not be able to put the chocolates on. You want it to stay at this lower amount. So I say, okay, guys. All right, you don't want my money. There goes the law. So let's keep it down. Let's make sure we're driving safely. I'm behind them anyway, so it's all good. It's when they're behind you that's the problem. You don't want the police to be behind you. Anyway, so I say, you know what? Forget it. You guys don't want the $90? I took the chocolates out. Now you're happy with the smaller order? Fine. So I go to the checkout. What's up, man? Who is this? Leonard? Yeah, what's up, man? Good to see you, man. So I lessened the order, and I said, I give up. If you want me to just order flowers, it's 1-800-Flowers, not 1-800-Flowers and chocolates. So if that's all you want me to order, the chocolates are just there as a tease. And that was the problem. That was why everything wasn't working, because I had chocolates and flowers. Remove the chocolates, everything seems to be working fine. try to add back the chocolates, it's like, no, you're not putting the chocolates back in this order. So I ended up giving up, and I placed the order. Now that the cops are gone, they ain't that far away. Anyway, so now you want me to just order flowers. So I processed the order, and it went through. Flowers were delivered yesterday to Supermodel, Miss Model, to you guys, and that's all she wrote. But I just think that's an insane scenario, to think that as a business, your technology could be taking money out of your hands. Because think about this. I was just trying to place a basic order, and it was back and forth, back and forth. I could have gotten to the point where I just gave up and said, I don't, forget this. I'll go to another website. That have completely lost my business. Now, luckily, I was desperate to order from 100 Flowers. I don't know. I don't know what other companies are out there. I was supposed to turn there. I know 100 Flowers. I've used them before. Call me a sucker. I stuck with what I knew. I didn't want to go through the trouble of researching, different flower companies or whatever. So I stuck it out and I went through the process. But I could have very well just said, this website is horrible. I don't have time for this. And I could have went somewhere else, and somebody else would have got my money. They wouldn't have gotten anything. So the technology that's supposed to help them to make more money, bring more business, more customers. Because again, think about the idea that they were able to make an automatic sale. It's not even like in a store where, someone can come in and browse and pick something up and bring it up to the counter. It's not like the person behind the register has to actually sell the item. So in a way, that's kind of automatic, but it's not really automatic because someone has to be there in the store to take the money and answer questions. Here you have a website. It's totally digital. There's no one there. It's just it's software, right? And this software was able to facilitate a full transaction to where I can browse, decide on what I want, and then go through and pay. Awesome system, and I'm pretty sure it's brought them a lot more money. But in this scenario, we have the technology doing the opposite effect. It's actually pushing the money away, because again, I could have ended up not buying anything at all. And at the end of the day, I did buy something, but I bought half of what I was gonna buy because the website didn't want my money. So moral of the story is, if you are a business, you are, you running your own business or your corporation, whatever the case may be, make sure that your technology is not getting in the way of your money. So make sure the stuff works. Test it and test it and test it and test it again. Don't get to the point where you've tested it and it works, and then you kind of just, okay, so I've got a product that works. Now I'm just gonna relax and watch the money come in, cha-ching, ching, ching. No, because there's updates, there's new versions of websites, of browsers, of browsers. New phones come out, new operating systems. All these different things can come in and can mess with the success of your website that you have that's supposed to bring you money. So not only do you test it and make sure it works in the beginning, but you have to test it again. And anytime things change, there's new browsers, any of these things that I mentioned, any of that stuff comes up, or just from time to time. Maybe your developer was tinkering and they broke something, or stuff happens. But it is absolutely imperative that you make sure that this stuff works, because what can happen, not only are you losing money, but not even aware of it. That's another factor actually to consider, because I'm sure there is technology that can help you to track stuff like that. How many buyers came and went through the process and didn't actually buy something, right? So you could have a metric that sort of gives you an indication that there's a problem. This, all of a sudden, these numbers are increasing to where a lot of people are coming and browsing and not buying. Then you can investigate and maybe figure these things out. But you've got to pay attention. It's not an automatic thing. Yes, it's automatic, but to a point. You still need to maintain it. You still need to pay attention to it so you can be aware of any particular issues, like what I experienced, issues that can take money out of your pocket. Anyway, I am going to get me a sandwich because I'm hungry and I'm feeling lazy. I haven't been cooking a lot lately. And that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed before. For my long-term subscribers, I know this is a little bit of a deviation from my normal content. If you like this and you want to see more videos like this, please do comment below and let me know. And I apologize for the earlier video. I had my microphone still plugged into my other camera, so there was no sound. I apologize for that. Anyway, I gotta go before I get a ticket goofing around. Until the next episode, be well. All the success to everyone. Keep on pushing, keep on growing, and be well.